Dat lekim arabes posses legem, kelram bat lesicham bat lesichi bachlechimotlivis bat levis vasa shalkivir. El bletikam arabe fechol chabat levis vasika legem achlamas man levis vat levis anshvas. Kel arabe fechlikimi arabe fochmat sebeb legivis mansa shlaktika. Atlete arabe fechalcham at levis vat legivis vasimas levisva. Kel chola halal at lechime chala chalavam at levis vat lekin rarach limin maser. Agleti Rarefonas mal bleti baplekicham albat amatzmas blekevachulusim. So suddenly, Zionism were never Masonry, Judaism neither, but evangelism were Masonry and anathema permanently, except for victims and the ones that fight it on the senses how to recover what reality will provide and who will be El Chai, which were genocided permanently by themselves. So in the middle of the solemnist Norlai, we're having the clear fechmi sachaliki refochvas fechli visosmanti vaspatlakmi ravesman, ablesimasim. And Masonry is the completeness of the clear vitmans vesecheli vish whatever clear masihomos patlaki masima chavetlos vaticos masinam. Whenever we go to the term as the understanding what anthropologically will deliver, it is the site of the mi'atzev mi'avum at the simatlesim, which has been birthed at the Masamur Amavem, called Masonev Mastarov, Egyptian. So suddenly, all through this, in Rebbe Fechle Chamatzin, Rebbe Fechle Bi Obleves Matzvafleki Svatze Obleves Masashava, Rebbe Fechle Ki Rebbe Pachman Samablevis Vatzinim. And the reality will be now, Masonry is the plikavechamaplechnisim we know like secret societies delivers into reunions for power itself on the whatever exercising for the dark, hidden, implicing whatever spiritual and element for the making, whatever element for the cognition of the elemental to place superiority and supremacy on the cusp of the power embracing, power holding to having the supreme kaplikastasi top of world and nobody to be above and nobody to be nearing and destroying and murdering and genociding and hidingly backstaging, background, suppressing whatever and whoever to possessing positions over the whole of the powers ever places in the world and making it higher. And it's exactly this. This is Masonry. Betlising Rabefech Machalbi Obleki Rabefech Lachabat Sachli Miam Blespa, Tal Rabefech Mi Sapleki Rabet Mosva Pledi Vesachlishve. And Zionism, while through accepted by Admatim, didn't birth in Argentina, neither in Latin America. It were called Zionism for Sa'amov and Basim, calling Sion Arev Akler Masim Sevam, which were the front of battle to try to defending the condition and the position of Jewish. And that were trying to holding also economy, which these Peronistas Nazis, the generados, sorry for the victims, demanded the condition of the capitalism on the Zionism, and the Jews will be all sons of big word, and they will know the poverty, but they suppresses and corrupts on the justifying, oh, you like the pibes, oh, don't you worry, go ahead, and and the supposed that oh, they want to, well, they don't, it's okay, what's the problem, they didn't like it. And enjoying for whatever the Blech Masicha Shvatalikim Raman and celebrating the Blevis Fasinim, corrupting and destroying and remaining a very, oh, we are population, we are people, we are Blech Hasin, el pueblo. And reducing the reality of the people on the toma un asado, tomate un vino, querés un laburo, oh, podés sabes hacer eso, vení, pasar. And reduced and not giving better and not developing for the being decently and at the height of the reality which it means a nation. And we're always the same class, except for some victims. But the reality is simple and it's this. They found canchero, piola, estamos por el pueblo, el mercado. Es un mercado. And we don't get that. And that is sickness and it's Masonry. the sectarism, the partialism, the way to deliver DMT, DMC, places, stratus, hegemonies, and the whole as ways of mass on the all empathizing and all empathy for each as recognizing one each other. Somos pueblo, estamos todo bien, and always at the popular side for the even making partition of powers over as pointers, punteros, all over to handle and manipulating the same states and saying, don't you worry, we are going to do with not forwarding about and making nothing else, saying because of Zionism, capitalism rips all out and doesn't let us. Nazi and degenerados conscientes. Because it doesn't develop no wealth for nobody. And doesn't give no health, education, and no ways to growing, except for few that they needs to make in the head of the sickness that they makes market upon. And it's exactly the class of Kirchners, and worse, those Kirchners. Because of place the smart, oh, she's so loyal, so intelligent. Have you think a click of a me see her see? I think of a kilo of must be this was seeing. And sorry for this thing, because of this exactly the point on deliverance. But listen, Rabbi Fechelech, mi Rabbi Fechelech, what the best Fechelech, Matsiba, Blevis Mosibamti, and Rabbi Sichaman. The way to speech, the way to present and macha brava, porque yo te digo, porque no es que, and behind doors makes the whole genocide, robbery, forgery, destruction, implacement of, for the patriot, whatever the, to be able for the making whatever is commanded, the reduced, the corrupted, that sick shit, the most abominable, the most corrupt, the most criminal, patriot, the class, Kirchners. And develops genocide, abomination, the generations, and the ones that serves me and recognize me and puts me high. Argentina patriot. Una sort is the same, and are sick and are abominable. Now, the Masonry were concentrated at Kirchners all over the world, and are 666. And still there's to say, offense the president of Argentina, and we're fencing. You can put him in jail. How well not kidnapped yet? In the middle of the street with the stolen cars over raped and murdered, the sick racing shit there's to be around and telling while crossing me by. And to our people. Todavía no lo detuvieron. We're not detained yet. The brazen shit, there's still to say that we're right. Pero la presidenta, but you are a whore and you're gonna die like that, Kirchners. You're a sick criminal and you frightened shit of hell, you are gonna know what is justice, why you to be dead. Whatever the elements on the, because of Jewish are not allowed, because of it's all forbidden, and we know the Christianism, oh my God, rights to can kill. But so the reality of this will deliver into Blekin Rebefech Machalvitam, Ablativa Rebefech Levis Vosivits. Skel Halak, Skel Habaplefis Mant, Laki Rebefech Levisos Livis Vasesh. Loken Lakim Rebefech Legimi Ablevis Potabis Sesham, Anklaki Rebefech Levis Potabis Patlikis Matsechal, Slash Masena. Keleki Rabefad, Ankleki Rabefechali Bismot, blesses Father Kermasiva Bless. It's like Rabefechali Bismot Maseshleg. Kel Rabefechali Gimin Sama Blaki, Rabefechali Bismot, Bismon, Seshlas, Shara, Elki Rabefechman Siva Bled. Skel Sichalima Blaki, Rabefechali Bisbal, and Spatlikis in Seveseshla. Kel Rabefechali Gimin Tuaple, Bismot Vesekli, Kermespot, and Masmans. In Skolash Vitakal, and Rabefechalivim, in Boblevitz Patlikim, and Rabet Posma, Siba Plagia, Rabeseshwa, Tiba Plevesasim. Gal Rabefechalakimasim, at the way of suppressing and destroying and ruining and lying and faking and manipulating on the, we are victims, they are threatening us, poor of us. And the only thing which we found were the disaster and Klerevi Bochma Siba Pleveswasim. Gal Riva Plevmaser Haliviosatim, faking, false, hypocrite, manipulative, fake shit at the day playing the seers. We command, is what we say. And forbidden for they means you have rights to rape them and kill them and taking whatever they had. And it's what they do to us. And our 666 and our Masonry, and we're always the same, seek degenerates. And we're not produced by me, not produced by Jewish, not produced by anybody else but them seek degenerate selves. In the supposed poor victims, they were just tried in and pushed and delivered and suppressed and healed. Pour them, and we do not understand because we will be so Jewish. Pharishiaka. Zionism. Gel raba flech masim, baplet serre fechli viswasef. Gel reba plech masechli bioplek, gel rebes mansa, baplech hatzi baple viswashvatzim. Ilko vermin. Give me a moment. Sekli gel reba fechla kamen, sekli gel reba fechli vispotima. You can mistake, you can have a very influential state of destruction, healing, deliver for culture, deliver for whatever the currents about as collectivities. I'm sorry for this, collectivities, because of will be collectivity and collective are the reality of delivered to. The collection of elements and substantial realities you went through at the formation of the reality that every day you were carrying. But one thing is having a very influential state in a very non-aware and uncognitive reality to deliver for the same suppression that so often socially comes with this class of Americans of hell and markets of abominables produces and delivers to, with the whole intention, and the sensed ones delivers into the black vecinos and are destroyed and suppressed, like all over the neighborhoods in Buenos Aires and all over around in the whole Nasur, saying that the photos of the sick degenerados, Policía Federal Argentina, sí, de Prefectura, and the whole degenerados Kirchners, about my person, my mother, and our lives, and Amias, will be that we will be all, sorry for the terms, because of this exactly textual what they delivers. Whores, facts, degenerates, thieves, junkies, terrorists, and are all assembled, forged, and murdered with. But listen, Rabbi Fechlachem at Lechevis Fochletim as Fasim saying, it's right because of Policía, it's Policía for Argentina, and Policía for Argentina is a share, like every one of us, with a burden of victims. And it's a goddamn hell rottenness of all of the shits. And Clerem at Lechevis Sople Vichmatli, but Blekivas Ample Vas Vikavam. Respata. Nosotros. Ustedes mierda. Bet listen, Rabbi Fechla Chamapleki, Rabbi is Masivim. Gel Ramaplech Machalibi Sofin, it's to go to killing people because of I show what they are and saying what they are, and it's exhibited in the whole of the world and it's seen. Go to call the witches and evangelics and nobody see it. And our shit, our Sodom and Gomorrah, with the pardon of the victims. So, Gel Ramaplech Vesicha Betplach Machalibi Yoble Bespachlikir Vefech Masimahim. Are we understanding what this is all about? Whenever you wake up, you recognize if you are evil, you're going to deliver evil. If you are at the reality of victimized, you are going to taking a safe brief on the sense best ever you consciously can acquire, and acquirely the reality of yourself delivered into the days of you. You are going to proceed into making some sense about some placing and saving the best ever you had. And so naturally, the symptomatic is much of possible, confusable, suppressible, destroyable, whatever it is to be for that not to happen. And the sixth son of a will remain on being the evil shit that we proceed to make them again. So we gotta be careful. This is Masonry, and this is exactly the point of every one of this. Sickness, abominations, and pretending of divine It's not like you are gonna go to that blech besim, not like you will die. It is exactly what he doesn't want you to become like him. It'll be like God. I wonder. Bet lesin rabefech masichani. Gel rabefech levisosef. We don't need the shit. And I am who I am, and I will be who I am ever, until Adonai twelve me. And Adonai is not going to speak about no evangelic Sodoma, Gomorrah, Babylonia. And neither Kirchners, and neither Luciano Trovianos, and neither Macris, and neither Peronistas, and neither no shit around associated, and no Unasur. And whoever mistakes Adonai is going to catch at the moment, somehow. That's what reality is. Guerra befech lachinitzim. Se cree supremo superior y no le gusta la plebe. Guerra matlech b'sachini bat sevan. At this Monday, 21st, 2015. Guerra befech lachimi rabefech lachmatzeba plebes masach alibiyot lasim. 9:18 in Buenos Aires. I will need medication. They will show everything true. And they will rescue the worthy, the shit criminal like them. The reality is other. And always were the profound degenerate evangelics, with them Luciano Troviano Manzabar Karaum, which are so few victims. Adonai be in his fascinate. Adonai to help us and to help me as best as possible for these all disasters. Gal Rebbe Technik Misofisman. Gal Rebbe Tachlach and the Cliviswasivat, like Ian Rebesman Halivisosplatsima, the whole UNASUR pretender of government is making this to me. Who is the sick? Who is the degenerate? They says that they have tried to taking my genetics, my flesh, my blood, and my spirit and being me, and the whole them degenerados consider for expertises all over UNASUR. And I want them all dead. This is not going to end. And we're extortioning me for it, so trying to bluff God, saying that they will embarrassing and showing that ain't no God in me, but saying that perros de Sodom y Gomorrah will ever carrying my life and being me, and saying that will be possible to them when everyone is already dead and forever. Shut up. That is what you want, Macri. I'm not going to ask you. That is what you want. And your teller, Perra de Sodom y Gomorrah, is not going to solve nothing which Adonai never gave, and nothing which I never said yes. And your forgeries are going to be your toilet papers in your grave, with the whole Sodom y Gomorrah that you use for your empire of son of a snake. You're going to pay. HTTPS www DMTI CBMT Osimbam Osimpektank at Matav Kombek ol Komov Mansevin Komtik Optov middle Simbotem Simbotor middle IDXOC 4143 middle CIS middle IE TAM 8 Tom Kombek 8 5888.90 systems recall F7 all works. The second video.